I'm not sure if we're going to see more Mutalisks or just more drones. It looks like a couple more Mutalisks coming out.
I think that I think Kwanro could push the Mutalisks. He could push them in the main base because you're right. I mean, there's 4 turrets right there. There's a Valkyrie. If he can run in there with maybe a few more Mutalisks, he's got a good group going on now. Maybe 9 Mutalisks, almost, well, not all, close to a control group. If he can go there with the Mutalisks as well as some Scourge and take out. Here we go. This is exactly what he needs to do. He needs to take out the Valkyrie, which is now transferring to the. Oh, there's 2 Valkyries now. So these Valkyries can do some damage here, and we're going to see, although once again, who's getting harassed here? Casey is getting harassed. These Valkyries are getting a bunch of SCV, or the Mutalisks are getting a bunch of SCV queues. Valkyries are going to go in here. Not a bad job with the Valkyries. Oh, man. Just not enough damage. Once again, I mean, Valkyries are almost an all-in move, because you either do really well or you don't. The Valkyries have not done enough damage here, and Casey has lost so many SCVs at this point. He's trying to repair the turret. Turret's going to go down. I don't know if there's much else he can do.
I think the lesson here is, don't get greedy. You've got to build those turrets. Terran's in the dark, against that 2-hatch build. There's a sunken out front. There's no way they can get in. And, when you're playing in the dark, you've just got to have more turrets up for defense. Because, yeah, you might waste, a few hundred minerals on turrets, but it's going to allow you to make it into the mid-game. And at this rate, he doesn't have a lot of, momentum going in the mid-game. I wouldn't be surprised either if we saw Kwanro just take this advantage and build up Guardians, which is what actually some players have been doing on this. We'll see if he gets a +1 attack for his Mutalist. We haven't seen it come up yet. And this Valkyrie barely gets saved. Valkyrie is actually going to hold off for now, so not sure what Kwanro's doing back in his base. It doesn't look like he's really reinforcing those mutas, so maybe he's just going to take that advantage and just go economy. He did put up another expansion up at the top left, so he is at 4 bases now. But he is getting the Queen's Nest up pretty quick, so again, not sure if we might see Guardians here or what we might see.
Well, you should notice that Casey is not mining gas at the moment at all. He's not mining gas at all because he lost so many SCVs. So, yes, he has a little bit saved up. He could make a couple more Valkyries if he wants to, although he looks like he's saving it right now. Valkyries are not doing a bad job staving this off. I mean, I guess I tend to underestimate 2 or 3 Valkyries, how much damage they do. I mean, they do such a wide splash damage to Mutalisks. The problem is, there we go. One mistake there, Valkyrie is down, and now he's going to lose more SCVs. And I just think that Kwanro's done such a good job harassing in both of these games. I mean, once again, Kwanro has his 4th expansion. I forgot to mention that at the top left. So he has 4 expansions at the bottom right. He may be expanding again to have 5. And, I mean, again, Kwanro can do pretty much whatever he wants at this point. I mean, I think if Kwanro were to stop attacking right now for 5 minutes, he would still be able to just come in and take everything out. And it's sad, I mean, Casey's put up, a decent fight by defending off. And here we go again. He is going to take off, not going to kill any Mutalisks.
Yeah, there's just too many SCV kills for Kwanro. Just the odds of Casey coming back now are really hopeless. There comes the Hive coming up, and a couple Lurkers going out. I guess he's probably just going to attack normally and maybe get some Swarm. But in the meantime, Casey's not doing a whole lot. He's trying to get a couple barracks up to switch to Medic Marines, but his economy is just in tatters right now. And now Lurkers at his front door can range those supply depots without even getting hit at all.
Wow, 4 buildings.
I don't even know if there's Marines in that bunker. Probably not, but all these buildings on fire here in Casey's base, and not a whole lot of SCVs mining at his main, so not looking good.
This is a sad scene. Currently, Casey's supply is down 14. He has 50 supply compared to Kwanro's 72. He has nothing mining gas at all. Well, okay, he'll be able to take out a couple, possibly. No, not at all. Kwanro with some great micro, moving those out of the way. And there's really, I mean, there's nothing. I don't even think Casey can upgrade Siege at this point. I don't even think he has enough. Well, no, he doesn't have enough gas. You can see that right there. Meanwhile, you have Kwanro's money just constantly going up. He's at 4 bases. I believe he has now picked up the 5th at the bottom right. And Defiler Mound, I would be surprised if this waits for the Defiler Mound and 4 Defilers before the game is over. Casey is trying to hold on right now, and I mean, you got to give him that. But he has no consolation.
Well, even if Casey had switched back to Medic Marine, I mean, you already saw the Carapace 1 upgrade for Kwanro, and Casey's not going to have his +1 for his Marines for a long time. It looks like he's just now upgrading probably range or stim there at the Academy. Nothing going on at the Armory there. But, I mean, he's just so far behind that even if you were to get a Medic Marine Force out, I mean, they'd be down on upgrades, they'd be down on unit count, and Kwanro now has 6 bases, I think, and a Lurker Contain on Casey.
Yeah, he does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he does. He has 6 bases, which is just... I mean, at this point... I mean, come on, dude. Casey, I mean, just GG, brother.
Well, what's going to happen is he's going to try to build a dropship again and try to go out there, but it's not going to matter because he's going to be too many Scourge. Extremely healthy economy for Kwanro at this point. He can pretty much do whatever he wants. It looks like once he gets Swarm, that's probably when he's going to end it. He does have the first Defiler going out there, so, I mean, yeah, a couple Swarms and Cracklings, if they got that Crackling upgrade, which they probably will have pretty soon, it's just going to be devastating this front door. There are a good number of Medic Marines, but again, I'm pretty sure they're down on upgrades. I don't think they even have +1 yet, and they're just now getting their range and stim anyways. And here's a Swarm. There's going to be the Lurkers down, and that bunker is going to go down. Tons of Lurkers. Those Medic Marines are just not going to be able to do it.
That's it. Swarm is down, man. Casey is the poor guy. Is just sweating bullets, man. And there's really not much he can do. I mean, he does not. He still doesn't have siege up for his tanks. I mean, had he had siege, he might have been able to fend that off a little while. But we just see units streaming down the map. I mean, Casey Kwanro is just kind of hanging right now. He knows he has this. He's just going to keep sending lings down. He's going to do what I like to do. And GG. Casey is out. And Kwanro is going to go on now after 2 kind of longer than necessary games. But, you know, games where Casey tried his best to fight him off. He's going to move on to play GG play.
I feel bad for Casey. You know, it's like a C-class player trying to execute an S-class build. You're not going to be able to execute that build with, you know, that's such a high micro and just skill and timing build. You know, those builds where you get Valkyries and, you know, wait a really long time to get Medic Marines. I think Casey would have been better off just trying to play standard or maybe cheesing if you really thought he was that far behind. But, yeah, just overall, Kwanro played much better game, and I'd say overall pretty expected results. But Kwanro is going to have to prepare himself for a pretty tough ZVZ versus GG play in the next game here.
Yeah, we're switching. I mean, those games weren't exactly that exciting. All of them are very, very standard games. So, you know, if you're still awake, it should be a fairly good ZVZ. I'm a little disappointed because Battle Royale no longer exists, which was my new favorite ZVZ map, and it got pulled out. Not in the OSL, of course, but I don't know. I don't know why I just felt like mentioning that, but I like Battle Royale. All right, we're going to go on to...
Battle Royale is garbage.
Shut up. Hey, you stop that. All right, Kwanro versus GG play. We're going to come on here, and there's that little sticker partial heart thing. It's a pylon heart, and Much stuck that on there, actually, in memory of when he owned Firebat Hero. But, all right, we're going to move on.